Gutted, man. This one's a gutting one, man. Like, I don't know, but I've been saying for a little while that Marino, as much as everyone, he scores a couple goals here, there, and everywhere, shouldn't be starting for a club when our strikers fit. And I say that to say this, like, when you have a flat tire, you put the spare tire on, but the spare tire does a good job. You know what I'm saying? It does a good job for a short period of time, but you don't keep the spare tire on forever. So when Marino's doing a good job, when your striker becomes fit and available, your big money hotshot striker, striker of the world in the last couple of years, you play him. That's what you do. He plays. I don't understand. There's a few things I don't understand about today's game. Now, Villa played well. Villa were over on the balance and played probably a little bit better than us. We played well in the second half, but they were probably a little bit better than us. So they deserved a draw minimum. So and Villa Park's not an easy game to go to. But I don't think we helped ourselves because Odegaard's fit now. He comes straight back in the team. He played all right today. He wasn't bad, but it's like Eze scores a hat-trick in playing in the 10. Odegaard comes back and he's on the left. Now, that's fine if you've got certain players available and stuff like that, but we don't. And Eze was kind of on a roll. You don't want to take a player that's scoring hat-tricks, take him out of his stride. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, hat-tricks he's scoring, bro. In the North London derby. Like, in the next few games, that should be his position for now. Like, at the bare minimum, surely. Saka didn't have a good game. I can't really blame him too much. He didn't have a good game. But when you're playing with Marino up front, it's quite hard because Marino is a very hit and miss player. For people that don't really watch Arsenal week in, week out, he's so hit and miss. He will score a goal after having a terrible game. So in this game, he was so bad. And he was so bad in the Chelsea game, but he ended up popping up with a goal. So people feel like, oh, Marino's scoring goals. He might score one or two goals here and there, but overall, his gameplay is so bad for us when he's up front, is that it hinders all the other attacking players. No one can do anything. And it's not even about the running or the pace. Forget that. You can still play well if you don't have pace or you don't have running power. It's more about the fact that he's constantly on the floor. He's always like 1 second behind the play. Like, it's just so bad. And then, like, a few of the players didn't have good games today, innit? So this is a game where Zubimendi gets swamped. Like, Zubimendi's had a good season. He's been all right, but he got swamped in this game. And this game, he wasn't bullied. It was, when I say swamped, I mean, it just always felt like Aston Villa, which is there was like 10 players in the middle of the pitch and we only had 1 or 2. That's how it felt. It felt like there was loads. It felt like they had about 14 players today. I don't really know how that works. Like, I've only ever really had that at Anfield, when Anfield just felt they got players everywhere. That's how it felt today at Villa Park. I felt like they just got players everywhere. And then, if it wasn't for Declan Rice today, we would have lost that game 3-0. Easy. Declan Rice is from another planet. He's the only player that can compete when your team are not playing well. He's the only player that can compete when the chips are down. He's the only player that can compete physically, tactically, mentally, all the time. Everyone else kind of go, they're like here and they just kind of go up and down like this. Declan Rice just gets better. He's the only person that when you need him, he goes up. When you need him again, he goes up. And we didn't have that today from many players, and we needed that from everyone. We didn't have it from everyone. We only had it from 1 or 2 players. We had it from Odegaard because he was good today. Odegaard was good today, but it's just him being in the 10 or in the second 8, where every time he shoots or every time he gets an opportunity, it just goes straight at the keeper. He's not a threat in front of goal. So, yes, he's got really good, say, gameplay and good passing and good positioning, but all he ever does is pass. Then when he shoots, it goes straight to the keeper. And we can't deal with that. We need someone that puts the ball in the net in that position, because we're losing out on goals because we're meant to have Saka, Gyökeres, and Eze or Trossard that score goals. And when one of them's not about, you need your attacking midfielder to chip in, old school Frank Lampard style. We don't have that because Odegaard just never chips in with goals. And when he does, it's once in a blue moon. So it's a big hindrance. The other thing we had was, I can't really blame him, Capier, even though it was his mistake that led to the goal. I can't actually blame him too much because he had a good game. Our defense is disjointed at the minute and he was doing all right. Like, it's good squad depth that we've got. The issue is, again, running the ball off the pitch for no reason. Like, he wins the header, he wins the tackle, and then he has a bad first touch and it goes off the pitch. And then you're like, my days. Like, what can you really do with that, man? And then Raya was a bit off today. It's a bit hard, man, because Villa played well. So I don't really want to take the credit away from them because they played well, man. Villa played well, but like, it's just, I don't know, man. It just feels like it's one of them games where you just have to say, you know what, you can't win every game. Villa played well, and maybe they deserved at least a point out of the game. That's how you got to see it, because you can't go everywhere and win. The only issue that we have now is in the last 4 or 5 games, drawn with Sunderland, beat Tottenham, drawn with Chelsea, beat Brentford, lost to Villa. That's not really a consistent enough winning run or good enough amount of points from those games, especially if you take the context of each game. The context of the Sunderland game is, yes, they're playing well. Yes, Stadium Black's a hard ground. We were 2-1 up going into the last minute of the game, and they're still a promoted team. The next context that we have is Chelsea. 70 minutes they had to play with 10 men. We come out more or less scraping out a point. That's not enough. We need to be setting an agenda and pushing, especially in those games. And that's the thing. Today's game, I can't really knock them too much because this was a tough game. Villa were good today. And Emery constantly tweaks during the game. So I can't really knock Villa today, and I can't really knock the players. The only way I can knock the players today is because certain players didn't have good games. Like Saka wasn't very good. Eze was really poor. Zubamendi wasn't good at all. Marina was poor. You got 4 or 5 players, and Raya was poor. 4 or 5 players that are not playing well. You can't account for that. You can't account for that. The defense did as much as they could do to give you the platform, and the defense was disjointed, but they still did enough for you to go out and potentially win, maybe even draw the game. And the attacking players weren't there today. They weren't at it. If Saka was at it properly, I think we could have got a result, but he wasn't there today. And we had Marino up front for a whole half. When you got Marino up front for a whole half, there's not much you can do if he's not playing well. There's not much you can do. I know he came up at half time, but there ain't much you can do, and that's down to Arteta today. So yeah, it's just a bit of a deflating one too. Like last minute goal, Brendias deflated in it. I don't know what. I can't really be sitting there looking at all the positives and yes, this, that. I mean, it's just deflated. I'm an Arsenal fan, innit? If we don't win and we lose last minute of the game, I'm going to be deflated, innit? It's just how it goes, innit? So, but yeah, man. Next game is Wolves, and hopefully we can get straight back to winning ways immediately because we need to get back to winning ways.